Hello everyone, and welcome to Stonehearth, Ace Edition. We are going to be playing through this game. Surprisingly, I've yet to beat this game since the 1.0 release, just haven't really had time to go through it all. But since 1.0 came out, a good set of the modding community has gotten together and have essentially started on Ace. And Ace is a, if you think about it, it's a little bit of a DLC kind of pack for Stonehearth. It's going to hopefully expand some many features and things to make the game a little bit more in depth to people's liking. So we're just going to start here. I haven't really played with it too much. What I did do though is I am going to be using some of the building blueprints that I worked on my own without Ace, but hopefully we can incorporate some of them into the town as it starts out. They're very basic buildings, but without further ado, let's just get going here into some single player. I prefer the Ascendancy. They're just the generic kind of beginning race and faction. You can also see with Ace, they added another map type called Highlands. This is like a very valley type of terrain. But I think I'm just going to go with the default, because a lot of my buildings use a lot of lumber. So more lumber, the better. I think we'll start on normal, because I do actually want to use the save to beat the game, since I haven't done so yet. I'm just going to roll through a few variations, see what we can get. I want probably 2 people with at least 5 HP. If I can get that, that would be ideal, because we're going to have a little bit of an armor. So here's 2 at the top. Faustin and Asher. Monty down here, though, has a decent amount. So I'll take Raven. I'm going to switch their gender real quick. This will be me. If you guys want to, you can come on out and leave a comment, and you can join the town. Let's see. I'm about as pale as one can get. I don't go outside. I play video games, guys. So let's do that. Facial hair, none, because Uthris can't grow a beard to save his life. And that'll hair color, I have like light brown hair. Cool. So there's a nice Uthris. He is a cultist, you know. It's my YouTube following. All praise Dragonbird. All right, food for days. That's a good start. I like the merchant caravan. However, they also added this noble entourage where you can start with a cook and a blacksmith, kind of a fancier bed, you know. Money solves all problems is another potential thing to use. I'm thinking. I am thinking probably merchant caravan. Having the trapping knife is pretty good early on, and we can make most of these stuff pretty quickly. So let's just roll a new map now. This is pretty interesting of a zone, but we're just gonna go type in a random seed here. 6385. Sure, that looks like a good seed number. Okay, good valley through. There. You know, no, not a big fan of that one either. We're also going to start in spring. We must start in the spring. Let's try this. This kind of actually, I think I like the upper one more. Let's start like this. Get a little bit of a mountain, get a bit of a valley through the middle, plenty of water, because with the Ace mod, you do have to irrigate your plants with water to increase their growth speed. So that's something I'm going to have to try and reconsider with some of my blueprints here. Alright, so we have started. I'm assuming we're going to have to build near the water, but I'm going to just take a look across the map, see how it generated, and we'll move from there. I think this area has the most expansion possibilities, and I also might want to consider going up the hill. And if that is the case, starting here would be okay. We have some access to some berries, plenty of lumber. Not much in terms of other resources. What's this direction look like? About the same. All right, I think we're gonna start over here. So we're gonna start in this clearing, and then we'll try and incorporate the hillside maybe with some more advanced town stuff. Actually, this is the hardest part about making any build. Is deciding where to start. All right, we're gonna start. This cutting the ground weird. I don't like those things too much. And up here could just be cooler, to be honest. What is this? I don't know. Well, it won't tell me what that is until later. I need to be near water though for food. Do I though? Let's go up here. We're going up here. We're gonna start in this clearing. I'm gonna pause immediately, take a bit of a gathering of what we got down here. So this is feldspar, needed for making porcelain. All right, well, let's look at the job tree here and see what we got. Nothing any different in terms of jobs, so maybe just their details are going to be a little bit different. Yeah, most likely. All right, so let's go ahead, set Uthris. You're going to go ahead and be the carpenter for us. Asher, you're going to be the warrior because you have the most HP, makes the most sense. And then Bri, that's a great name. You can go ahead and be the trapper. Now I could have also gone through and see if there's any jobs these guys prefer, but they don't really. Asher's just nice. So for a warrior, I think. All right, so we got that, and that is great. They're gonna upgrade their jobs here in a bit. I'm going to go ahead and lay down a medium-sized storage area, like 2 20 by 10s, just to get started. We need to go ahead and harvest pretty much everything we can in the area. Start clearing out some spots for our village, and I think we'll just start building the village and see which direction I want to naturally take it. I think that's fine. So chop that down and get all these plants. What are these? There's like little dollars. Daisies! Okay. And get those and these. Trying to get as much of the kind of fabric tailor resources as early as possible, just so we can potentially get some seeds and move them in-house. All right, so we got that. All right, and then first building. Now I always start my builds with a carpenter's hut. So this is one that I made, you know, off on my own. No episode to like build it through. Now, it doesn't even have any workstations. And eventually, hopefully when this maybe town is complete, I'll upload it to the workshop so that everyone can kind of come in and download any blueprint that they would like to use. But I want to wait until maybe we get close to beating the game or finishing a look or getting to the point where the save hardly runs because of all the detail. So there is that. So that's going to be the first building. To show you guys, there's some additional buildings. We got healer's huts. That's going to be a cool one. Healer hut might be good. Masonry shed. We're going to have single homes. Things like this. And this is just kind of the village style we're gonna go for. If we end up building like more of a castle type thing, then so be it. And we'll move that and hit play. Okay, we'll actually speed up time quite a lot here, just to get through this. All Alright, so we get trappers. Now with Ace, you can see the base of the tree actually sticks around. It's not going to regrow or anything like that, but we do need to tell it to harvest these to, you know, just clear the area out. Strange bird has arrived. I'm going to skip this. You guys have probably seen this before in other places. We're going to go ahead and name this, I think, Wood Hollow. That's a good beginner name. And plants and crops grow. Plants, roads. The strength or vitality is usually the best. I'm going to go strength because I usually go the vitality one. And it's great because our food supplies are very stable with that. But with strength, hopefully we can get some mining pretty early done. And that'll enable us to get some better equipment, hopefully quicker as well. So there we go. We have our little banner. The bird has squawked, left us some stuff. That's good. Thank you, bird. All right, in the meantime, I'm going to tell the carpenter to go ahead and craft his bench and also a splitting block. This is a ace item, it looks like. It's for splitting logs, whatever that is for. You can see there's firewood logs over here, there's training dummies, archery targets. So these look like ways to train up an army. Wooden hatches for roof. Okay, these are pretty nice. Some additional aesthetic things. A crossbow. That's kind of cool. Recurve composite bow. All right, I'm pretty happy with those. So we'll go ahead and build that. Let's go ahead and place down our little bench. I'm gonna plant some of these things over here, and this is just gonna be our temporary location, kind of natural gathering place for now. And people are out getting all of these things harvested. They're gonna leave it on the ground here initially because there's just not a whole lot of people getting that stuff and finding a use for it. So that's okay. I'm gonna lay down like a 30 by 30 trapper area. Let's do a small game. There we go. And at this point, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell them to build that hut. And we're just gonna speed up time. I'm gonna lay down this splitting block as well. First night is Bittermoon 4. Looks like we're in spring. It's gonna last about 18 in-game days. Then go to summer, fall, winter. You know, proper progression. We're getting some thatch. Don't know what that's gonna be used for, but we'll figure that out as we continue here. In the meantime, we don't really need our warrior out on patrol all the time. So if you turn off your army's job icon, what they'll do is they'll essentially act like a laborer and gather things for you and put them into storage, which is important to do because all the food that's not in storage does not count towards your daily food amount. So it's important to pick that stuff up, get it out there, and move on. All right, Carpenter level 2. Let's check the job abilities for Carpenter, see if there's anything new in here. Don't think so. Don't think so. Let's check our warrior. You can tell them to prefer a two-hander or a one-hander. Oh, dual wielding. Okay, yeah. First warrior has to be a dual wielding guy. There is no mistake. Defense is for those who do not have enough offense. So we gotta get more defense through the means of killing things quicker than they can kill us. I think it's a valid plan, and we'll see how well it goes. Bone material. What is that for? No idea. I feel like storage is going to be a big long-term issue for us that we're going to have to solve. Look at the trapper. I don't know if this is part of the mod or if it's in the base game, but he's got a little coonskin hat, or in this case, foxskin hat, some leather kind of garbs made out of animal products of some kind, right? And here's me, Uthris, the town carpenter, happily going through his day, skipping. That's how I travel all the time as well. Warrior, looks kind of like a squire. Alright, plenty of food. We got some net worth, which is good. So we have gained a new person. This person, I might make them our first healer, which means herbalist for you. Alright, level 1 herbalist. So we're gonna go ahead and craft up a workbench for them. Now, herbalist is kind of nice to have early. They create a bunch of seeds, which is cool. They'll create some healing tonics for us, which will also be used to kind of heal, hopefully, our units if they get hurt. No direct healing. They're not like the cleric class. So we'll see. And looks like they just kind of run around with flowers in their hair. Adorbs. So we got 2 builders right now going about their thing. It becomes a bit of an issue of in terms of population, like whether you want to try and get as many crafters as soon as possible, or if you want to leave room for your people to build up at the same time. It is a bit of a challenge to try and balance that out sometimes. Another thing to consider, by the way, when you guys are playing Stonehearth, is to make sure you have storage near your crafting areas, right? You don't want your crafters to walk very far from the items they need to build the items they build, right? Because anytime they are running to get a resource is lost production time, and that can be an issue. So I'm already a level 3 carpenter. I'm getting XP extremely quickly, which is nice. Let's just check. Yeah, we almost have all the things made for this first structure, which is great. And so that just means these 2 people just need the supplies to put that down, and it'll get constructed. And then Uthris will have his home as he just passes out on the floor. Just like I do from time to time, it seems. In the meantime, we will have to regather some more fiber, right? Because fiber to me is one of the early game resources that are just so important. You can't skip out on getting this resource. It's also good to get it early because it kind of forces you to explore the map. And that could be a good early warning system if things are coming into your explorer territory. Could be under attack. There could be a hostile out here raising their forces, but so far it's pretty peaceful. We are only playing on normal difficulty, so this makes sense. I'll try not to move the camera as much as I normally do, and I'll also try and make this like a 30-minute series. A bit of a longer episode, I know, but it just might be best that way. I don't really have much to sell except for these bones. I don't know what they're used for. I have a feeling they're going to be useful for something eventually, but for now we have an excess of them, so we'll get rid of them. Gonna go ahead and lay down our workshop for our herbalist so they can kind of start getting levels. Alright, so bright bell seeds. What else can they craft? Really? They need to be level 2 herbalist to craft that. Craft 1 potion, that could be fine. Gonna go around, kind of look for some flowers at this point. Might be a good thing to locate. So there's some on this side. And over here. Look at all these. That's a huge gathering of flowers. I don't know if they're harvestable multiple times or not. Oh. What was that? Looks like something might be creating an error with the building. Nope. Okay. That's usually the sound that there's an issue. But guess not. We're also getting some charcoal, by the way, whenever we burn our logs nightly, which will be nice for the blacksmith when we get that. We got a new person joining the town. It looks like Caleb Founder. He's not quite the founder of the town. And we're going to go ahead and just upgrade him to warrior. 2 warriors. That's going to keep us pretty safe, I would say. At this point, we're going to tell Uthris to just maintain a certain amount of tools. Tools are great to maintain because they will provide quick upgrading of your units, right? You don't have to tell your crafter to build something and then upgrade, right? You can immediately gain a person and change them into whatever you need them to do. Followed by, you can sell these for a decent amount of money. So it's actually not a bad deal. All right, let's get some shelving and things. It looks like this building is almost done. So we're gonna get some storage items made. So that it can be used to hold, you know, a bunch of supplies and things that Uthris is gonna be making. Otherwise, he's gonna have to run to this pile every time. And again, that kind of goes back to making sure he doesn't have to move very far. And then we'll probably build a home. Oh, let's go ahead and tell our other fighter not to do any sort of patrolling. No sense in doing so. And what I want, this is a carpenter's hut, right? So, you know, it's kind of assumed that they're going to be using a lot of lumber. So I'm going to try and plant some trees back here and just cut them and leave the base behind. I think that'll look cool. Kind of make it look like there's a little bit of a clearing back here of trees. And then maybe keep this naturally forested. Kind of this way. Might be a good thing to do. Let's go ahead. Arm the militia. We are under attack, it seems. So let's go ahead and retreat him a little bit. Let the other person, Founder, to get in here. Kind of pull off some of the aggro. Split the damage a little bit better. There we go. Okay, just simple little wood golems for our first enemy. Nothing we can't really deal with. This building is getting closer and closer to completion. The building mechanics in Stonehearth are much better now, by the way. For those of you who used to always have problems. I haven't really run into too many problems. The only thing that I really run into is sometimes fence placement kind of gets shifted compared to when you first blueprint out the structure. It's a little frustrating. In fact, some of these blueprints I've had to make a couple iterations of in the testing phase of saving them. All right, so that is the carpenter's hut. Let's get another blueprint placed. We'll just use a single family home for the next one. So the carpenter's hut's gonna be there. I kind of want a road to lead into the area this direction. So I'm gonna move these tables real quick. And this hunting zone, I'm gonna put behind the carpenter's hut for now, just so it's out of the way. Because I think I want to progress this direction initially, and then go from there. A ranger is here to sell some bones, but I don't really want his items, so what I'll do is I'll go ahead and just sell some of these items here. So you can see that's a quick way to make some money. I'll also sell my bones, because I, as far as I'm aware, have any use for them. And we'll go back to the build menu and place down the single family home thing. And I think I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Something like that. So town will come this way. I can get another home. I think I have an L-shaped home, so I might do that as a corner. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Speed up time. It's always trying to get these guys to work quick for you guys, because otherwise these episodes can be a little time consuming. Hey, there it is. Carpenter's hut is now complete. You can see here how the fence kind of became janky. That's just a problem with my blueprint more so with anything. So that basically tells me I used the wrong fence piece to fill this gap. Yeah, you can see I used this extra little fence piece. I might have just duplicated it by accident. That's a problem. So what we'll do is we'll fix that by simply just making another little picket fence. Actually, we don't even really need to do that. We just need to harvest them both. Go from there. Anyways, let's go ahead and grab some crafting benches to put in here. All right, this is where he's going to spend his time. So we're going to do crafting bench on this side. We're going to move this. I kind of want this chopping block out front. This is a item that I've, never really considered, because, I didn't make these with this mod in mind. So this chopping block will go on that side. We'll go ahead and move his standard little workbench area right next to that, so they have kind of this quick area. Okay, let's see if they can move that fence. I really want them to move it. There we go. Okay, so that clears that up. Daily update. Good. Building a home, by the way, provides a decent amount of net worth for your village. These things are valuable. Homes increase net worth quite a lot. All right, let's see if we can fit a couple of these large kind of storage benches. Now these, I want to try and use these as construction holders. So they're going to hold constructed items and tools. So constructed items and tools. I think that'll be fine. What's my notification that we just got? Uthris is now level 4. Jeez. Power level on myself. All right, we got that. For efficiency's sake, go ahead and tell them to start building this home as well. And whenever you tell your units to build something, what will happen is all the items required for it to be built will auto queue right on down through. So that's good. Now we're gonna need a tailor relatively quick. Jaren might be a good tailor just because they don't really have any sort of HP pool, so they're definitely useless for military. So they can go ahead and be a tailor. It's going to be a little while before we can build the tailor's hut, but a tailor is really important when it comes to building up some armor and starting equipment for your people. Where is... Let's see what his inventory is like, because he might not be dual wielding properly. I don't think so. So we'll tell him to use the buckler. I don't think dual wielding is working quite as well as I'd think. Or maybe they can't dual wield practice swords. Don't know. We'll test that, I think, a bit later once we have a little bit more equipment involved. Okay, so we got that. Let's, on this side, we'll do some low benches. And in here, we can, I think I can fit a large box. I can. So that'll be some more construction components. And then small box and small box. Yes. So that's kind of gonna house the stuff that Uthris builds. And then out the back, I'll probably put just a log pile. 3 wide. None. Just gonna hold logs. And that's it. These ones will no longer hold logs. Yeah, I think that'll work out. So we do still have plenty of timber lying around from earlier, but I'm going to tell them to go ahead and clear cut these just for that little bit more. And then, you know, just spot cut as we wanted to some of these just to get those stumps, right? I think that looks good. I think that looks good. No hostiles on the horizon, and things are pretty peaceful here in Wood Hollow. Anyways, I'm a little over the 30-minute mark that I wanted to hit, but hey, we built the Carpenter's hut. I'm gonna go ahead and assign the bed to Uthris. Just like that. So Uthris will come in here and sleep. That'll be his private chambers. Be cool. We got a little bit of a fireplace. I know no actual fire. We use lanterns in this case. I think it's a good happy medium to do. Pretty basic, you know, interior. A couple tables, a little bit of a dresser in the bedroom. No real door. You know, just an archway division. So I think it's a good start. I think this is going to be a successful save. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. If you guys want to see more Stonehearth, definitely let me know in the comments down below and leave a like for it. Go ahead and subscribe for more creative goodness such as this. And I will see you in the next episode of the series.